I have an awesome group of girls this year, so I'm really enjoying coaching them.
I know your dad, Rob Cummings, and he's a longtime coach there at Norris Middle School, and is he currently the principal?
Yes, he is the principal. He moved his way up into another position, and so he was sad to let it go, but I was very happy to have the opportunity to take it over and to kind of put my spin on it. And these girls have been wonderful, and they've really worked really hard this year. And this is actually my first group of 8th graders that I've had all 3 years, and I coached them even as JV players and now as varsity players. And so it's been really fun to see them grow as athletes and to see them grow off the court as well into the fine young women that they're becoming.
And Coach Harmon, and she's brought along 5 of her players, 4 8th graders and 1 7th grader. And with us tonight we have Abby Presley, J.C. Phillips, Bethany Lau, Macy Basford, and Addison Bible. So girls, J.C.'s there with the mic in the middle. We'll start on the end, over here on the very end. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone what grade you're in and what position you play.
Hi, my name is Addison Bible. I'm in 8th grade. I play.
Put the switch on there.
My name is Addison Bible. I'm in 8th grade, and I play post position.
I'm Abby Presley. I'm an 8th grader, and I'm a guard.
I'm J.C. Phillips. I'm in 8th grade, and I'm a guard.
I'm Macy Basford. I'm in 8th grade, and I'm a guard.
My name is Bethany. I'm in 7th grade, and I play point guard.
Okay, Bethany, if you would, girls, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Just start with you, Bethany. What do you most like to play about basketball? What's your favorite part of playing?
I like the intensity, how, like, if I'm, like, angry or something and I go to the court, it just all goes away. And I love the girls in this team because it makes me feel like I have a place, even if, like, school goes bad or something.
Yes, Macy?
Probably the competition, just because you get to play people you've never played before.
JC?
I love getting to meet new people and the intensity that it brings. So I have like another family on the court that I can always go to about everything.
I like having like a family to talk to that I can just always go to.
Okay, Addison?
I like my teammates, and I just love the sport of basketball.
Okay. Coach Harmon, looks like you have a good group of girls there. How many total players do you have?
I have 18. We have lots of 6th graders this year, which again I'm looking forward to. I really like to start them out as 6th graders because then they get to grow as a family, just like these girls were saying. I truly believe that they are a family on and off the court, and so that's really what helps us be successful on the court, is because you can see their relationships really transfer into playing the game of basketball with each other, because they love each other on and off the court. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay. How many 8th graders do you have?
I have 5. Yes, 4 are here with us tonight, and then 1 couldn't make it. But they've been playing since they were in 6th grade, and then Addison got to transfer. Addison Bible, she got to transfer last year, and so this is her first year with us, but I feel like she's just been the perfect piece that we were missing.
Now, you mentioned tomorrow night's 8th grade night at Norris Middle School, and who's your other 8th grader?
Braylee Hall, she is an 8th grader. She's a guard as well. I'm a team full of guards, but we've been very fortunate to have lots of tall guards, and so they kind of fulfill all the roles. They play post and guard at times, and really that's the good thing about having a team full of guards, is they're flexible, and so we play pretty fast, and it really fits into the game. But yeah, tomorrow is our 8th grade night at Norris. We play Jacksboro. We're really looking forward to it. We have our JV game at 5. It's a girls' JV game, and then our varsity girls game at 6, and then the boys' game will immediately follow that game as well.
Okay, Walter?
Tell us about the background of your players, or I guess they can individually talk about how many years that they've been playing basketball, since they were what age, and go from there.
I've played since I was like 5 years old at my church. It was called Upwards. And ever since then, I fell in love with this sport, and I've kept playing, and I've gotten a lot better.
That's something else.
I think I've played since I was about 6 years old.
This is going to be my 8th year, and I played with Bethany when we were little, and one of our other guards.
This will be my 4th year. I started in 5th grade with the school league.
I started playing when I was about 8 years old, and I've just enjoyed it ever since then.
Have you all played in organized leagues in the area, in NAGAF area and that sort of thing? Okay.
Okay. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Our guest tonight is the head coach of the Norris Middle School Lady Senators, Savannah Harmon, and she's brought along some of her players, and we're glad they are here with us. And you see the phone numbers there. Our phone lines are open if you have a question or comment for Coach Harmon or some of her girls that are here. Coach Harmon, right now, if you would, just tell everyone out there a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so like he said, my name is Coach Harmon. I am the physical education teacher at Norris Middle School. I have been there now, this will be my 5th year. I grew up playing basketball pretty much my whole life. I started from a very, very early age, and then played at Norris, and then went to Anderson County, and then I played a little bit of basketball in college, and really found my love for growing student athletes. When I was in college, I worked for a school in Ray County, and we had the opportunity to work with 4th and 5th graders, and that was where I really found my passion for not only the sport, but teaching and helping girls grow into good young women. And I have absolutely loved doing that exactly for the past 4 years at Norris Middle School.
Mm-hmm. And you recently gotten married, is that true?
I did, yes. Yes, in March of last year, during the middle of all the craziness, everything was shut down, and the girls even were kind enough to throw a shower for me, and we had a lot of fun getting to celebrate that. My husband wasn't too thrilled that he now feels like he has adopted 14 varsity young girls, and then I have 4 little JV girls. He knows that I spend most of my time at school talking about them, and then I go home and I talk about them as well. But he supports me, and he loves them just as much, I think, as I do. So that's been a lot of fun to feel like they are also very supportive of us.
Have you had any sleepovers yet? Had them all over?
No, I don't know that he would be. I don't know that he would be that
Not
thrilled.
ready for that yet?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They've tried to convince me of it a couple times, but
Yeah. Okay, Savannah, if you would, we got some earbuds there. We got a call coming in, so let's go ahead and take this call. Locker room chat, you're on the air. Go ahead, caller. Locker room chat. Let's try this again. Here we go. Okay, locker room chat, you're on the air.
Yes, we just want to know what the Norris Middle School girls plan for bringing home a big victory tomorrow against the Jacksboro Middle School team for 8th grade night.
Okay, thank you for calling in. Do you have any other questions?
Nope, go Senators.
All right, thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
So the question was about our 8th grade night tomorrow against Jacksboro. We've been game planning for quite some time. Their starting point guard at Jacksboro played for us at Norris Middle School last year. She's a great girl. She had the opportunity to move there to play with some of her friends and other girls that she'd grown up with. And so we've kind of been game planning as to how to stop her, because she is a very dynamic, she's a very talented young 7th grade player. And so the last time we played them, we did not play as well as we would have liked collectively as a team. I think the girls can agree with that. But we just need to play our game, which is run the ball, push the ball, play fast, and we really need to focus on making our layups and rebounding well. So I think if we just play our game, we should do pretty well, because again, sometimes we know exactly what to do, we just struggle a little bit with confidence on the floor. But over the past few games, I've really seen my girls gain some confidence, and so I hope that we just continue and keep that up for tomorrow's game.
What's that young lady's name? Is that
Jaden Kitts.
Jaden Kitts?
Yes,
okay.
she plays for Jacksboro.
So y'all played them earlier in the season?
We did, yes, and we started out really strong, and then we just lost it. I'm not really sure what happened, but that's okay. That's why you get another opportunity to play them again, and I'm really confident that we're going to play much better this time. than the last time
So
we
is
played.
it a district game?
It is, yes. It is a district game. Right now we are 6-4 in the district, and so tomorrow is a very big game. And then we have 2 away games next week that are also district games. And so our focus is just to continue to build on that confidence and to keep working on our skills and the things that we need to improve going into the tournament, and hope that we're at our very best come tournament time.
Okay, we're visiting with Coach Harmon, the head coach of the Norris Middle School Ladies Senators. And Coach, we have another call. Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat.
Hey, so I've heard that you've got some pretty good 6th graders on your varsity team. Do you think they'll get any playing time tomorrow?
You got some pretty good 6th graders?
We do. We have some wonderful 6th graders that are very talented, and they work really, really, really hard. And I have definitely seen them improve throughout the year this year. Shout out to them, specifically Ansley Freeman. Hey, Ansley. But I have really enjoyed seeing them grow throughout this year, and their support on the bench and when they're in the game, having those moments to really capitalize and grow and improve their game when they are on the floor. I have seen them really improved tremendously. But I am very much looking forward to having every girl that we have on the bench tomorrow and in the game, because that's really what's going to make the difference. It's not just the girls on the floor. As I tell the girls every day, we win as a team, we lose as a team, and that means all of the girls that are on the team, whether they're in the stands because they're on JV or whatever the situation is, we can't do it all. We can't do it without all of them.
Well, Ansley, you still there?
Yes.
Do you have any other questions or comments for Coach Harmon?
I'm good, thank you.
What's that?
I'm good, thank you.
You're good? Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, and good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh,
It's one of your players.
yes, it is. We love Ansley.
Coach Harmon, talk a little bit about your playing career. I know you were an outstanding player at Anderson County High School. You was on a really good team your senior year. I was actually at your final game. It was at Anderson County. I think you lost in the first round of the region to, I think, William Blunt, I believe it was. And but you had a terrific team that year. And if you would just talk about your playing career at Anderson County, and also touch on your playing career in college.
I was very fortunate to play with most of the girls that I played with in high school and middle school as well. There were a couple girls that came from Lake City, but there were quite a few of us that started playing together in 6th grade, and then we just moved on playing together in high school. And just like these girls said, I feel like that really helped grow us as a family and as a team. And so when I was in high school, there were quite a few of us that played other sports, and so we spent a lot of time together, but we kind of learned what our strengths were, and that helped us be successful on the floor. I also was very fortunate to play with a couple girls who actually played in college as well. Caitlin Couples and Kristen Couples, both of those two sisters, they were really good teammates, and they helped me grow as a player, and in practice they pushed me, we pushed each other, and I think we all collectively shared a drive to win. I mean, we wanted to win regardless. And I actually played with a girl in high school. Her name was Kayla Oglesby, now Kayla Siebert, and she's my assistant. So I guess that kind of shows you how much of a team we were, that we played together in high school and then played against each other in college, and then had the opportunity now to where she's came full circle. I stole her from Lake City. She played at Lake City growing up, but then I asked her to come and be my assistant this year, and she was kind of the final missing puzzle piece that I think we were needing, and the girls would say that as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about your staff, and Kayla Oglesby, I remember her.
Yeah.
She's a pretty good shooter.
Yeah, she's a very good ball player.
Also, Megan Ellis is on that team,
yeah.
and so y'all won the district that year.
We
And
did.
so I guess you beat Oak Ridge, right? So
We did.
I'm sure that was a special.
It was definitely a privilege. They were the team to beat that year, and then Campbell County, they also had quite a few girls that played that were very, very talented basketball players and athletes, and so it was definitely, just like it is now, a very competitive area and very competitive league, and we just wanted to win more than I guess most of the other teams did.
And you played for Coach Mike Ellis.
I did,
right?
yes.
Okay. Well, we had another call. Looks like it's dropped off, but Walter?
You're 6-4. What is your rank in the district at this point?
Right now we are fourth. Like I said, we have 3 district games. All 3 are very good teams that we play, and those could help move us up, hopefully. If everything goes according to plan and we win these next 3 games, I'm hoping to finish either in the 3rd or 4th position, which will have us playing the 5th seed team in our area. In our area tournament. Our district in our area is one of the toughest areas in the state. I mean, we typically have quite a few teams that make it pretty far into the state, and so it's pretty incredible that we have been as competitive as we have the past couple of years because we have such a difficult competitive area. And so it's a blessing that we get to play teams that are so difficult throughout the season, but it also means that our record may be 6-4
Right.
instead of
Well, tell us your 2 teams you're playing next week.
So we play Cherokee next week. That's our big game. We're focusing on Jacksboro tomorrow, and then as soon as we finish that, we'll be playing Cherokee on Monday. And then, honestly, I don't remember who we play Thursday because I'm so focused on getting through tomorrow.
I understand. It's taking it one
we got
day
to
at a
take it one
time.
game at a time. Yes.
So who's your other teams in the district?
Cherokee, Harriman, Robertsville, and right now it's Robertsville, Jacksboro, Cherokee, us, and then Harriman is 5th right now. So those are your top 5 teams in our district.
I know you were snowed out against Clinton last Saturday, and I was looking forward to watching that. And is there any chance to make those games?
I don't think so. I think because we are so close to our area tournament, really our focus is on, and I would say Clinton probably would say the same thing, our focus is on setting ourselves up to be successful for the tournament. And so just add another game right now I think would add more than probably the girls' bodies would like to handle.
We have another call. Locker room chat, you're on the air.
Yes.
Let's go ahead, caller.
Hi, this is Chloe. I'm wondering if any of y'all 8th graders are going out for basketball next year.
Your question is, any of the other 8th graders going out for basketball next year?
Yes.
Okay. Coach Cummins, got any future Lady Mavs?
I hope so. We were actually talking about that the other night, and I think that's another one of my girls as well. She's a 6th grader. So, hey, Chloe, hope you're doing well. But yes, and I can let them talk a little bit about that. There are quite a few of them that play other sports, and so they were excited about the opportunity to hopefully get to play multiple sports at the high school.
We'll get with them here in a little bit, but Chloe, any other questions or comments for Coach Harmon? All right, Chloe?
No, just love playing basketball with her.
Chloe, we love playing basketball with you.
All right, thank you for calling in.
Okay, bye.
Oh, man, that's funny.
So talk about the style of play you coach. Do you adapt your style of play to your talent?
Absolutely. So last year I had a team they were very much slashers. They were dribble drive, played really fast, lots of motion offense, and they could all attack the goal really well. This year we still play fast, but I have quite a few girls that can shoot really well. And so I've tried to change up our offense quite a bit just so that way we can help those shooters be successful. And I feel like we've done that well. It took us a little while to figure out the offense because they were so used to, as 7th graders, running that dribble drive, slasher, continuous attack the goal motion. But it's taken a little while, but I feel like now they are definitely more confident, and that was what I was talking about, really getting that confidence on the floor is what's going to help us continue to be successful, but that confidence in their ability to shoot and then also to crash the boards well, because we are a rather tall middle school girls team. Even though we are mostly guards, it helps us be really efficient and really effective to be able to play so fast when you have girls that are so tall. And so they can attack the goal at times, which helps for them being so versatile, but they can attack the goal really well at times. But also, when you constantly have girls who shoot the ball pretty well, you don't want to push and then wear them out as well. And then on defense, we typically run more of a zone just because we play to our strengths of having big girls, and so that sets us up for success because they're not having to move quite as much on defense and exhaust themselves, and so really we can focus on getting the ball and pushing it and going and scoring on offense.
And Coach, going back to your playing career in college, touch on that. Where did you play college basketball?
So I played college at Bryan College, which is in Dayton, Tennessee. I got recruited as a freshman, and I played my freshman year, and I loved it, and that was the year that I really feel like I learned the most. And then going into my sophomore year, I got hurt, and the typical college athlete story, but I ended up actually having to have 4 knee surgeries after my very first one, my sophomore year in college. And so after my sophomore year, I kind of slowed down a little bit and didn't play quite as much because I couldn't compete at the level that I wanted to. But instead of being able to compete at that level, it made me focus on studying the game, and so being smarter than the other girls instead of being able to just athlete them, for lack of a better phrase.
Now, did you go ahead and did you go on to graduate from Bryan College?
I did, yes. I changed my major 4 times, so girls, it goes to show that really you can do anything you want to do, even if that means change your major multiple times. I started out in pre-law, of all things, and ended up as a PE teacher. I don't know how, but that's what they say, try everything. But yes, I graduated in 4 years and then came right back home, and I worked in Knox County for a little while, and then had the opportunity to move to what I say is my home, which is Norris, and so I jumped on that opportunity for sure because this is where I hope to be forever.
Okay, and another call coming in, Coach. Go ahead, caller. You're on the locker room chat with Coach Harmon.
This is Addison. I would like to ask what the 8th grade girls miss most about playing basketball.
Say it again, Addison.
I would like to ask what the 8th grade girls miss most about missing basketball.
What do you enjoy most about your team and playing basketball? That's what Addison said.
I think that we're all super close friends, and so that makes us communicate better because if I ever played with a team that I haven't known for as long, we don't talk on defense, and I'm not comfortable doing other things that I'd be comfortable with doing with them.
Probably just that we know each other a lot and that we know our strengths and weaknesses on the court.
I feel like it's easiest because I've played volleyball with most of the girls, and if not, I've played with them through 6th grade year. And Addison, since she transferred, I've been with her for a while. So I feel like the team chemistry we have is really important.
I think the part how we're all a family shows on the court. We just communicate better, and we just understand each other and what's going to happen.
I just think that we all are just a family, and we all can rely on each other.
Okay. That's a good question. Any other questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you for calling in.
Welcome. Bye.
Addison she's one of our 7th graders as well. We were very fortunate to have her. She was a transfer this year. Her family moved from Powell to Norris, and so she's definitely been a big asset, and I think that she will be a big asset next year moving forward.
Coach, one final question before we go to our first break. Do you have any aspirations to go on and coach in high school or possibly even college?
That's a great question. Currently I am getting my EDS in principalship, and so I have kind of grown up seeing my dad as my role model, and he has been an incredible person for me to look up to. And that doesn't mean that necessarily I'm ready to jump the gun and try to become a principal, but that's my short-term goal right now, is just kind of finish my EDS and then just see where I'm led and wherever I end up. I do love coaching, but I also love the teaching aspect of my job, and I feel like you have to have a true passion for middle school students to work with middle school students consistently, but I definitely think that that's my place in teaching, and so I'm open to seeing whatever happens, but right now I'm very, very happy to be where I am.
Okay, we're visiting with the Coach Harmon, Norris Middle School Lady Senators, and she's brought along some of her young players. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Alexander Guesthouse Senior Living is Oak Ridge's secret to senior care. Our all-inclusive assisted living and memory care offers 24-hour care, medication management, laundry services, housekeeping services, and assistance with activities of daily living. At Alexander, we treat your loved ones like our loved ones. Our Jackson Suites are $2,000 a month. To schedule a tour, give us a call at 865-294-5489. Alexander Guesthouse, Oak Ridge's secret to senior care.
Earl Duff Subaru would like to announce the opening of our brand new, larger facility in Kingston. This new facility was designed to offer unmatched comfort and convenience for our customers. Our service department now offers full tire and alignment services, express oil changes, and a car wash included with each service. We're conveniently located at I-40 exit 356 in Kingston, an easy drive from anywhere in the greater Knoxville area. Earl Duff Subaru, Tennessee's only 10-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Award.
The 2022 Outback is in stock and available for immediate delivery at Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
All right, welcome back into the locker room chat. We're visiting with Coach Harmon, the head coach of the North Middle School Lady Senators. And Coach Harmon, one of the teachers I work with, Denise Sawyer, was bragging on you this week and talking about how good a teacher you are. And go ahead and talk about what you've done there for your PE class. Something we're working with some other students.
Well, for Miss Sawyer to be bragging on me, that is an incredible compliment because she was an awesome teacher when I was in middle school. So I was telling you a little bit about in the past couple weeks, which some of these girls are actually a part of my program, but it's an adaptive PE class. It's a program specifically geared towards working with students with disabilities. The goal for the whole class is for regular ed students to have a healthy exposure to students with disabilities. And there are quite a few of these girls. It's a program you have to apply for. It's a program I even now have a wait list for, which is pretty phenomenal. But these students apply, and then they go through an interview process, and then if they have the opportunity to become a part of the class, then they work with students with disabilities. And it doesn't have to be students with an intellectual disability, but some of the students in the class are students with a physical disability. And so we kind of work towards helping my regular ed students learn how to adapt lessons to students with disabilities. But most importantly, I think that it teaches students how to have compassion for others, and that's the goal. And I talk pretty consistently about making sure that we are inclusive in every aspect of being a student, but that's the goal of the class. And it's been a pretty cool opportunity that we've had to be able to showcase that and to get to brag on not just these girls that I have as basketball players, but just the students as a whole at Norris Middle School. I'm really fortunate to work at a school where the students are so positive and so inclusive, and they just really want everybody to have a good time when they're at school, because middle school's hard. And so it's been just a cool opportunity.
It's a tough transition for kids in middle school.
Absolutely.
Right out of elementary, then before you go into high school. But that program that you started, that's great for both your students and the other kids that are helping out. So it's been on WATE.
WATE and WBIR. Yeah, we got to kind of showcase it a little bit everywhere.
Well, that's outstanding. Let's go ahead and meet these young ladies a little bit more, and we'll start with Addison Bible there on the end, and she's an 8th grader. And Addison, you mentioned that you transferred to Norris this year. Yes. Where did you transfer from?
I was in homeschool for about 2.5 years, and then I came to Norris.
Okay, and how's the season going for you individually?
It's going pretty well. I really just love my coach and my teammates, and they've really helped me a lot.
What's it like to play for Coach Harmon?
I enjoy it. It's really fun.
Okay, and Coach Harmon, talk a little bit about Addison.
I was going to say, you can be honest. You can say that I'm a little loud and a little crazy at times, but being an 8th grader and coming into a program where you haven't played with any of these girls or learned a new style of basketball, I feel like can be really tough, and especially, as I said, I can be very intense at times, and so I love them just as hard as I coach them, but I do coach them in a way that I hope that they will become successful and have the opportunity to not only play in high school, but to be successful when playing high school basketball. And so I have been very hard on Addison because she is so tall and she is so athletic and she has so much potential. But I think it took a little while for her to get comfortable, but I definitely now see her getting more comfortable and she's learning the system and she's really setting herself up to be very successful in high school. And so she's truly been a joy to coach, and she's just such a happy, loves everybody, very supportive, very positive 8th grader. And she's been really a leader on this team. Not always very vocally, because as you can tell probably she is quiet at times, but she definitely leads by example, and so it's been a blessing to have her.
Walter?
Is she a post player or center?
Yes, she is. She's definitely a post player. She's pretty tall, though.
Oh, yeah.
As you can tell, most of my girls are pretty tall. But yes.
And is she a starter?
Not this year. Like I said, coming in as an 8th grader when you're having to learn a new program, I think it was difficult for her at the very beginning of the year. But she's definitely been working really hard in practice.
And how many players do you normally play in a given game? I mean, according to whether you're leading by a lot or losing or whatever, I guess.
7 to 8. I have played against teams who will do the 5-in, 5-out system, and I feel like that's really difficult for girls to get comfortable on the floor. And so I like to just play the girls based off of there are all kinds of variables that go into middle school basketball. It could just be they didn't drink enough water during the day or something like that. But all of these variables kind of go into their mindset and how they're playing. And so on any given night, it just depends. But typically I play about 7 to 8 just because I feel like that sets them up to be the most successful, because you can practice 7, 8 girls in the same rotation and them get comfortable playing with each other. But it's really hard to play 10 to 12 girls a game when there's only 5 girls on the floor at a time and it's a 24-minute game. So it's a pretty short game. It goes quick. I would love to play all of them at all times if I could. And I feel like they all work hard enough that they should be given that opportunity, but we have to do what we have to do to be able to win games.
And has she thought about whether she's going to be a Maverick or not in the future?
I think so. I can let her talk a little bit about that because we were talking about that. But
yeah, Addison, you plan on playing at the next level, Anderson County?
Yeah, I hope so.
Mm-hmm. And do you go to camps? Have you gone to camps when you were younger to try to improve your game?
Yes, I did. I went to one at Second Baptist Church, and that one was really fun, and I enjoyed it.
Do you play any other sports?
I do track and cross country, but other than that, it's only really basketball and running.
I recommended at the end of last year that if they weren't playing fall ball, that they run cross country, and I'm not sure Addison loved me a whole lot for that, but she did, and I think she ended up actually enjoying it when I had talked to her a couple times. But at the start, I'm not so sure she loved it, but I think now she's glad she did it.
And Addison, do you have any hobbies when you're not playing basketball?
I do clogging.
Okay. And what's your favorite subject in school?
I probably would say language arts.
Language arts, okay. And who's your teacher?
Miss Carden.
Okay. Let's move over here to Abby and talk a little bit about Abby.
Abby is an 8th grader. Abby is a 2-sport athlete, and you can tell on the floor that she is a 2-sport athlete. Abby is an incredible soccer player. She is very fast, and she is one of those players that gives it 100% every moment of every practice, every game, everything. And Abby is a very, very, very talented defensive basketball player. I think that's where her soccer skill really helps her on the floor at all times because she's just got that want to win. She does occasionally think she's still playing soccer when she's on the basketball court and will step out of bounds and then remember that she can't do that, but it always gives us a good laugh. Abby is one who actually, as a sixth grader, she got to play quite a bit on varsity, and I feel like she has really grown a lot in her offensive game over the past year. Defensively, she's always had it. That's just something that came really natural to her. But offensively, she's really stepped up and at times hit some really big shots for us this year.
Okay, Walter, any questions?
Certainly. I bet you're quick as a cat. The fact that you as a soccer player.
Yes, she is.
And are you a guard?
Yes.
I thought you would probably be. And are you the point guard?
No.
Oh, okay.
That is the correct answer, Abby.
Oh, okay. Well, I was wondering with her being so fast, but like you said, she steps out of bounds because she's in soccer. So.
Oh, man.
But that speed you put to good use, though.
Yes, she does. She definitely does. And in turn, it helps her score quite a few layups because she's back and forth down the court 3 times before the rest of us even know what has happened.
Oh, yeah.
Abby, how's the season going for you individually?
Pretty good. It's been a great 8th grade season. Kind of a bummer that it's our last season with this team, but it's been great.
So. Some of the memories you're going to take away with playing at North Middle School. What's some of the memories?
So there's during COVID there was carpool with the grade, like our grade level, and so we do carpool, which has a lot of memories. And then also like coming in new on the team, it was an experience.
Okay, and do you have any hobbies when you're not playing soccer or basketball?
I'll hang out with my friends a lot, and then I'll go to church, hang with my church family, and then it's also like, since I play 2 sports, I like to hang out, so I love to binge watch movies and TV shows.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Either history or ELA.
Okay, and what's it like playing for Coach Harmon?
It's something. It's always been great. We've always had fun. When we're serious, but we always find breaks to have fun during practice and games.
Okay, let's talk to J.C. Phillips. J.C., how's your season going this year? I saw you play a few games this year, and you're quite the player. You have a really good shot from outside.
My season's going pretty good, and I feel like I've grown a lot because I feel like my 6th grade year, kind of like Abby Kate, I was pretty good at defense, so my offense has kind of caught up to it, so I can kind of even out my game a little more.
Okay, Coach, I'm talking a little bit about J.C.
JC, like she said, 6th grade year, she was a very good defensive player, but I think for her it was just needing to find that confidence and kind of find her role. Last year, unfortunately, she got hurt halfway through the season, and so she missed out on quite a few months in getting to participate. And you would think that you missed out on that many months and it sets you back, but in fact, it did quite the opposite. I think she related to me some in the aspect of she wasn't getting to play during those months, but she was getting to watch. And JC is a very eager to learn. She loves basketball, and you can see that in everything that she does. During those couple months last year when she was hurt and she wasn't getting to play, she would come to practice and she would bring her notebook and she was writing everything down. She was studying the plays. She knew exactly what was going on. She knew exactly where she was supposed to be. And if there was a girl that had to miss a practice or had to get quarantined because of COVID or whatever, she was FaceTiming them. She was like, "Girls, this is what we learned today. I need you to focus. I'm going to go over it. I'm going to teach it to you right now."
I'll have a future coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping. I'd love to have her as another assistant here in a couple of years. But her eagerness and her want to learn is what has made her be so successful this year. And also, JC is incredibly selfless, and she loves her teammates, and she, just like all of these girls, but she fully supports them off the bench, on the bench, off, whatever her role is that game. She is all for it if it helps her team win. And so that's, I think, what has made JC such an incredible leader this year, which is exactly what we needed.
Walter?
Seems like all your players are very eager and have the enthusiasm, and that does wonders. Really does.
Yeah. When they're in middle school, they can have enthusiasm in a goofy way, or they can have enthusiasm in a very positive, hey, it's time to get focused way. And I feel like, just like she said, when it's time to be goofy and time to have fun, that they're all for that. But also when it's time to get serious and get focused, and we know, hey, we got a couple big games, then they're all for that as well. And they do a really good job of helping each other, hold each other accountable.
And is she a starter?
JC is a starter,
Okay.
yes. Yes, she is.
And what is she, is a post player or forward? Or?
She's a guard. She
Okay.
she does a little bit of everything. At times, she'll fulfill whatever role I need her to. I even put her as a point guard in the last game, and she looked at me and said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Just trust me. Just trust me. This is where you are." But
versatile. She seems a little tall, even.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, they are.
JC, you play any other sports?
I play club and school.
Club and school and volleyball. Plan on playing for Anderson County next year, I guess, for Coach Couples.
I hope to.
I'm sure he's looking forward to you coming up. And what's your best game this year? What's the most points you've scored in a game? Do you know?
I've scored around 6, but I've also had some pretty good assists. And if my offensive game isn't on that game, I feel like my defense is kind of there.
You like to shoot the 3 ball. I mean, is that your strength, you think?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any other hobbies when you're not playing sports?
I like going to church and like watching movies like Abby, and just hanging out with like all my teammates.
And do you have any pregame rituals?
Normally, I keep this like little athletes in ministry Bible in my thing, in my backpack. So normally I'll like read a verse or something, and I'll pray for everybody before the game.
That's awesome. And what's your favorite subject in school?
Probably Tennessee history.
History, and who's your teacher?
Mr. Calhoun.
Mr. Calhoun.
They love all of their 8th grade teachers.
Okay.
But they.
All right. And what's it like playing for Coach Harmon?
She can be very intense at times, but she knows what's best for us, and like I feel like she's somebody I can trust. So she kind of knows my strengths and weaknesses and kind of how my game looks. So she's helped me improve a lot, like as a person, and mature through my 6th grade year all the way to now, and mature as a basketball player.
Okay, JC, thank you for being here, and good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
And, let's go to Macy Bassford. And Macy, how long have you been playing basketball? You mentioned that earlier. You've been playing quite a while.
So I think since I was about 6 years old.
Mm-hmm. You go to some camps growing up?
I think I went to a couple, yeah.
And you play any other sports?
No.
Okay. So Macy is quite the shooter. I saw her play against Oliver Springs, and she really shot the ball well that night. Coach Harmon, talk a little bit about Macy.
Where do I start, Macy? Where do I start? Macy I feel like, has been the most successful this year, and how much she has grown from being a 6th grader to a 7th grader to an 8th grader. Literally, she's grown about 5 inches in the past year, but also in her game, and I feel like with her confidence, with her teammates, she has just grown so much, and she has matured so much, and I am incredibly proud of Macy. I challenged her at the end of last year, and I said, hey, you got to learn to go right. You got to learn to go right. I need you to drive and drive and drive. Yes.
Left-handed.
Yes,
right.
yes, she is. And she, much like JC, is also incredibly selfless. And so I kind of challenged her towards the end of last year, and I said, hey, in order for us to be successful, you have to be selfless, but also you have to do what's best for your team. And so at times that means I need you to score. And so I challenged her at the end of last year, and this year she's been our leader on the floor, and she has been consistently our leader on the floor. And I feel like the girls look up to her in times of, hey, we need somebody to score, we need this, we need this. And she has really stepped up to those challenges, and you really see that confidence in her game and how much she's improved. And she's a player that I am very excited to see how much she continues to grow. Just like the rest of these girls, but with her eagerness and with her confidence and with her will to want to work and to want to improve. I mean, she is constantly, we were in the off season and I was practicing with a couple of the girls and most of them were doing other sports, and Macy was like, when's basketball start? When can we start? Can we start today? Can we start at 6:30 this morning? No, Macy, I need to sleep. Please, can we start at 6:30 this morning? I mean, she was just every day, hey, let's get better, let's get better, let's get better. And you can really see that hard work has paid off.
Walter?
And are you a starter? Okay. And how many years you've been playing since you're what?
6 years old.
6 years old. Okay. And do you plan on being a Maverick?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
What's been your favorite game this year, you think, that you've played?
Probably Oliver Springs.
Oliver Springs
She was
game?
looking for that 20-point game, and she finally got it in Oliver Springs, and it was
got it?
exactly what we needed for us to win. I mean, Macy had to score 20 points in order for us to win against Oliver Springs because the rest of us weren't shooting real well from the floor. And so, again, she's fulfilled whatever role we've needed her to this year. We couldn't have done it without her, truly. And the girls, I think, would say the same thing.
Macy, do you have any pregame rituals?
Other than just listening to music. That's pretty much it.
And what's it like playing for Coach Harmon?
It's good. It's pretty intense, but she's good unless we're having a bad day.
It's a good thing.
And do you have any hobbies?
Just hang out with friends and going to church.
And what's your favorite subject in school?
Probably science.
Science. And who's your science teacher?
Miss Presley.
Miss Presley? Is she in the audience?
I think she might have paid her before we started to say that.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, is that Abby's mom? Oh, okay. That's good to have.
We're truly a family. We're a family.
Good to have a teammate. Her mom's a teacher. Okay. Well, Macy, good luck tomorrow night, and we'll talk to you here in a little bit. Okay, let's talk to who we got next. Bethany Lau, and talk a little bit about Bethany.
Bethany is the only 7th grader I have here. Bethany is probably, you've heard the rest of the girls say that I'm pretty intense, but Bethany will tell you that I am probably the most intense and the most vocal, and I probably say her name 25 times a day. Not only when she's on the basketball floor, but when she's in my class too. Bethany has an incredible amount of potential and an incredible amount of energy. She, at the beginning of the season this year, I felt like she didn't know what her role was, and so throughout the season we've kind of talked through that. And 7th grade's typically the hardest year in middle school. Again, on the floor and off the floor, there's lots of things that go on and impact your 7th grade year, but at the beginning of the season, I think she just didn't know exactly what her role is. And as the years progressed, or as the seasons progressed, I've really seen her take on the role of being a point guard, and she has been exactly what our team needed in that role. I mean, she knows when to push the ball, she knows when to pull the ball back, she knows how to talk on defense and how to use that energy to really help us be successful. And she's one of the reasons that defensively we are able to be so successful in our zone that we run. It's because she's all over the place and all the time. I mean, she's getting the rebound here and she's going to get the ball, and if I say, hey Bethany, I need you to go stand in that corner back there, she will say, all right, coach, and that's where she'll go. And she'll go stand, and she won't ask me why. She won't anything. She will do exactly what I ask her to do, which as a point guard, that's what you need on the floor. You need somebody who's going to be the mini coach, who will echo what I tell them, or if I say, hey, Bethany, we're going to do this, or we're going to do that, she just goes and she echoes exactly what I have told the team. And so she's been that vocal leader on the floor that we have needed all season long, and especially the past couple games, I have really seen her step into that role and say, hey, I want to be the point guard. Give me the ball. And she'll go get the point. And she'll go get the ball.
Walter?
So she's the quarterback and sets the tone of what you're going to do offensively and defensively a lot.
She absolutely does, yep.
Okay. And how long have you been playing basketball?
I've been playing since I was about 5
Years old, so probably about 8 years. I can't really count that, but yeah.
Do you play any other sports?
I play volleyball, yeah.
Okay. So you're pretty quick all the way around.
Yeah.
And to go a little bit of full circle, I Shelly Sexton Collier, who played at Anderson County High School as well. She was my coach growing up through AAU. I played for Shelly for a very long time. Bethany actually had the opportunity to play for Shelly this past summer, and so it was really cool to see that just kind of go full circle. And the woman that I learned so much from is now again teaching my same girls, and then I have the opportunity to kind of help continue on that learning from what she's learned from Coach Collier. So
Yeah, Coach Collier, ex former Lady Ball, and the coach at Webb, outstanding coach. And Bethany, you have any hobbies when you're not playing sports?
Like all these other girls said, I love going to church. We all go to church together, most of us. We just got back from Wednesday night, actually. We did a little thing with our church there. And I love hanging out with my friends, like also what they said.
And what's it like playing for Coach Harmon?
Me and her are really close, and I can tell that she has improved me, and she tries to push me to the best I can be. And I look forward to coming to practice and seeing her little smile on her face sitting on the desk.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
So me and two of my other 7th grade friends, they're not here today, but we usually go in the corner and pray that everything goes well, like us, and sometimes we do it together too. So that's what I do.
Do you have Coach Harmon for a PE?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite PE activity?
I like partner tag. All the special ed kids, they love when we like sit together and then like we play tag. They just love that. So that's one of my favorites.
And you have any, any favorite, what's your favorite team or a favorite player in professional sports?
I really like Paige Beckers because she's a point guard like me, and she's always shooting. She's really aggressive, and like I try to watch her game and see how I can improve off that.
Okay. All right, Bethany, thank you, and good luck tomorrow night. And we're going to go ahead and take another break. We'll be right back with the speed round with these girls, so you don't want to miss that. So we'll be right back. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
At OEB Law, our home is your home. And your family is our family. And down here, family takes care of family. Giving back and helping out whenever needed. OEB Law is proud to be from East Tennessee. OEB Law feels like home.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
Earl Duff Subaru would like to announce the opening of our brand new, larger facility in Kingston. This new facility was designed to offer unmatched comfort and convenience for our customers. Our service department now offers full tire and alignment services, express oil changes, and a car wash included with each service. We're conveniently located at I-40 Exit 356 in Kingston, an easy drive from anywhere in the greater Knoxville area. Earl Duff Subaru, Tennessee's only 10-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Award.
The 2022 Outback is in stock and available for immediate delivery at Earl Duff Subaru in Kingston.
Alexander Guesthouse Senior Living is Oak Ridge's secret to senior care. Our all-inclusive assisted living and memory care offers 24-hour care, medication management, laundry services, housekeeping services, and assistance with activities of daily living. At Alexander, we treat your loved ones like our loved ones. Our Jackson Suites are $2,000 a month. To schedule a tour, give us a call at 865-294-5489. Alexander Guesthouse, Oak Ridge's secret to senior care.
Welcome back into Locker Room Chat. We're with the North Middle School Lady Senators basketball team, and we got some questions for these girls here in the last part of the show. And Addison, we'll start with you. What's your favorite food?
Man, that's a hard one. Pizza.
Abby?
Mine's pasta.
JC?
I like wings.
Wings? Okay.
Probably chicken or salad. Mine is chicken parmesan.
If you had one place to visit, where would you like to visit?
Hawaii, for sure.
I want to go to a Golden State Warriors game.
I'd like to go to Honduras with a mission trip with my church.
I want to go to Greece.
Hawaii.
Okay, Addison, what was your favorite toy as a child?
Probably a little stuffed animal I had. It was called Purple Kitty. Purple.
Mine was a stuffed bear. His name is Bear Bear.
I like La Loopsies.
I like baby dolls and Barbies. Mine was this blanket I've had for ever since I was like a baby, and I still sleep in it today.
All right, we got about 2 minutes left in the show, and who's your role model?
I'd say one of them is definitely Coach Harmon, and another one is both my parents.
Okay.
Probably Coach Harmon and Jesus.
Good role model.
Casey?
I agree with Macy. Jesus and Steph Curry.
Also Jesus, my parents, and all my coaches.
Jesus and my parents and my coach.
Okay, Addison, what type of music do you like?
I like popular pop music.
Pop music, okay.
I don't really mind any. It's whatever is on. Whatever's on.
All the music.
I like country.
I like Christian music. Christian music and pop, like 102.1.
Okay, we got 1 minute, so Bethany, go ahead and give a shout out.
I shout out to Delaney Long.
To all the 6th graders.
Megan Watkin.
Oh yeah, Megan.
The rest of the basketball team who isn't here with us.
The rest of the basketball team and my brother.
Okay, and girls, good luck tomorrow night also in the tournament coming up. And we've got about 30 seconds, Coach. Any final comments?
I just want to say thanks for having us. This has been such a wonderful year, and it's been a great opportunity to be able to showcase these girls and all their success this season. And I hope to continue our success throughout the rest of the season. I hope we have lots of weeks left.
Okay, for Coach Savannah Harmon and for Walter Stair, my name's John Williams. We thank you for watching the Locker Room Chat, and we'll see you next week.